𝗙cie𝗶𝗹𝗶 Hare Krishna. What is the difference between impersonalism and personalism? This is a question there. Impersonalism versus personalism. Now, why this question is there? Because even many devotees, they ask, they say, well, the whole atmosphere is impersonal. When they, suppose if they go to a temple or if they go to a devotee community, they feel it's impersonal. So what are they talking about? Or maybe if you go to some company or corporate, you say, it was such an impersonal ethos, impersonal feeling. Now, what do we mean by impersonal ethos, impersonal environment, and a personal environment? And this question is very much important when we come to devotion. Now, when we talk about personalism in devotion, the idea is we are dealing with a person. We are dealing with a person who is there behind this. So behind the curtain of this whole material world and illusion, there's a person there. There's a person behind the wall, as they say, or there's a person on the other side, as they say. So in devotion, we are dealing with a person, and the idea is when a person does devotion, he is actually focusing, or he is actually engaging his mind in the form, qualities, and pastimes of that person, whom we call as God, or many people like to call him as his beloved. I mean to say, you can use him, her, whatever, but God is my beloved. That's the whole point. So there's a sense of personality there, and personality means qualities, form, and pastimes, and that is why devotees who actually do devotion, they concentrate, they focus, they engage their mind on the or they think about the form, qualities, and pastimes of God. But that's not enough. That is not personalism. That's not the complete story of personalism. I mean to say, you can think of form, qualities, and pastimes of some actor you like, or some personality, charismatic personality you like. You can think about him or her, but that's not personalism. That can also be impersonal thinking. You can think about some person, but you're not engaged with that person. You don't have a relationship with that person. You are thinking about that person, but that person might not be thinking about you. So that's not a mutual relationship. That's not engagement. That's not personalism. Personalism also needs a relationship between both the parties, between the person who is on the other side and you, God and the devotee. A relationship is required. Personalism also requires reciprocation. If there's a relationship and if there's no reciprocation, then what kind of personalism this is? This is a dead relationship. This is not a live relationship. A live relationship is really personalism. And personalism also requires, besides reciprocation, a sensitivity in that relationship. A sensitivity where the devotee and God are sensitive to each other's feelings. And if you mix all these components, that is called as personalism. You're thinking about that person, his or her, God's form, qualities, and pastimes. You have a relationship, you have a reciprocation, and you have also a sensitivity. And by the way, there's one more thing I have to add here. In personalism, there's also responsibility. You're responsible. You responsibly carry out that relationship by serving God. God responsibly carries out that relationship by giving mercy to that devotee. So that responsibility is required. So if you mix all these words together in a baggage, relationship, sensitivity, reciprocation, and thinking about form, name, qualities, if you mix all these together, then that is called as personalism. If you miss anything, then that's not a personalism. That might be personalism. I mean to say, that might be impersonalism in the garb of personalism. So this is personalism. And what is impersonalism? Of course, impersonalism is, people like to talk about cosmic consciousness where there is no person. People like to talk about light, voidness. That kind of philosophies are completely impersonalistic. So you see, we talk about personalism and impersonalism, but there's a band or shades between personalism and impersonalism. There is a completely impersonalistic philosophy where we have voidness, darkness, light, whatever you can think of, cosmic consciousness. You have a personalism on the other hand, where you have reciprocation, sensitivity, a relationship, and absorption of thoughts. And there is a shades between this. There's something called as impersonalism in the garb of personalism. And then there is also something called as personalism in the garb of impersonalism. Impersonalists also talk about God and his name, form and qualities, but because there is no sense of relationship, reciprocation, sensitivity, and also all these things are not there. So because of that, it seems there is personalism, but actually it's all impersonalistic. So we have to consider all these shades, and then we have to do devotion with full-blown personalism, and then we can attain love of God and we can perfect our lives. Hare Krishna.